Well guys, welcome back to the shop. I'm Chris with M7 Metalworks. Today I'm going to get back on this Oliver. It's been probably a week and a half since I've done anything with it. So I think today we're going to look at trying to fabricate this. This is a heat shield that goes right over the exhaust manifold. And it's a pretty important piece because your gas tank sits right over this. And so, you really want to keep that heat as much as you can off of the gas tank. So you can see right here is where the exhaust port is actually at. And you can see clearly it's rotted that section of it away. But it's not just that. This whole area here is just super thin. And it really only starts getting to be good metal down here on the end. This, however, is good. So that end is good. It's this middle section that I need to replace. So I think what I'll do is I think I'll cut right here, and then I'll just fabricate this piece right here, and then weld the two together. Let's do a little metal fabricating. Got this saw blade from a buddy of mine some years ago. And so I think what I'll do is I'm going to use this. It seems to be just about the right size. I already went ahead and traced out the pattern that I'm going to need to cut. I could do this a couple ways. I could use a plasma cutter, or I could use a cutoff wheel, or a jigsaw with a metal blade on it for that matter. This is some pretty tough stuff. Plasma cutter would do it easily, but it will leave a little bit of rough edge. All right, guys, well, we've got the fabrication of this heat shield completed, and I went ahead and cleaned it up just a bit, nothing major, certainly not ready for paint, but wanted to get it to where you could see it. I did grind a little on this weld back here, and really that was just to drop the profile down in a few places where I had gone a little high. So I welded on the outside and the inside, so it's plenty strong. And then same on this side here, outside and on the inside. A little bit of rust and some pitting here. I'll take care of that. Structural wise, the metal's real strong and sturdy here. So some will ask about this, or maybe some will notice this. That's where the teeth were. And so I left it just a hair long. No big deal. I could actually have left it another ½ inch or more and it still wouldn't touch the engine. So I had plenty of clearance to do that. This is the little tab we had to make. It turned out pretty good. Not a perfect replica, but it didn't have to be. This is all kind of tucked under the gas tank and the engine. So give you a good look at it. I'm real pleased with the way it turned out. I think it'll be probably a bit stronger than the previous one was. So let's look at it on the tractor. So there it is. As you can see, it'll sit right below the gas tank. Now I've not snugged everything up. As you can see, I've got plenty of adjustability to the right and to the left on that bolt there. It clears the top of the exhaust manifold. Sorry, I'm getting a little washout there with the lighting. And then of course it bolts in over there. My intention is to clean all of this up. The gap on the back side is real good. So should make a real fine heat shield. About the only thing I didn't do to replicate on the original was I didn't bend this, about a 3/4 inch section. It had just a little bend to the downward. I did not do that. I may go back and do that at some point. I just don't see a need for it. And this steel is extremely difficult to manipulate. I'd probably have to cut that whole piece off and re-weld it on just to get that little bit of a bend, and I don't see it being necessary. I'm probably going to have my exhaust coming straight out here and terminating just 3 or 4 inches out the side. I'm not going to have my exhaust going up, but we'll talk more about that as we get closer. Still a long ways from putting an exhaust on this thing. I've got to get it out and clean it. I've got some tires on order and some rims for fronts and backs. I'll keep the rims on the front, but the back rims were trashed. And yes, that cost me a ton of money and it hurt. So, all right guys, that's the fabrication of that Oliver 550 heat shield. I hope that'll be a help to some of you. I know it's not gonna be a super popular video because not a lot of people are probably doing that, but show you how I did mine. You do yours however you like. I'm Chris with M7 Metalworks. Have a great day.